A warm welcome to you. This is Ogtv Comprehensive News Package for the day. I am Opeyemi Adeomi. First, the highlights in today's bulletin. The federal government, United States, deepen ties on security. Governor Dapo Abiodun applauds President Tinubu on recent rescue of abducted persons in Kebbi and Kwara states. Rolls out strategies for security in Ogun State. Residents of Ogun East Senatorial District commend Ogun State government on infrastructure development in the area. And on the foreign scene, Cameroon's opposition leader Teiroma Bakari in Gambia after fleeing for safety.
And tonight on Business News, state debts piles up to 106 trillion naira despite record allocations. Details of this much later in the news. I am Siniat Abaru.
Hello, Sport News tonight. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola apologizes over confrontation with cameraman following City defeat at Newcastle. This and more much later on the news. I am Moses Ojewumi. Stay with us.
It always seems impossible until it is done. Not to forget that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogun TV and Ogun State Television, on YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And for the latest news and reports, you can check us on this platform: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the details. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has applauded President Bola Tinubu for his commitments to national security, especially on the recent rescue of abducted persons in Kebbi and Kwara State. He gave the commendation after an emergency meeting with all security agencies in the state as part of efforts to bolster peace and order across the state. The governor announced that the state would henceforth commence registration of non-indigents, stressing the need for proper documentation and records of persons coming into the state. He explained that the measure is aimed at enhancing monitoring and early detection of criminal elements.
The best time to prepare for war is during the time of peace. So that is why we have called the security meeting today. And we have arrived at certain resolutions. We discovered that being an industrial capital, meaning that the state where there are most industries, we have people coming from different parts of the world to set up industries here. We found out that some of the workers in those industries they are not documented. And we saw that we are going to advise all those who have come to make Ogun State their home, all those who are foreign nationals, working with our Nigerian Immigration Service, our law enforcement agencies are going to ensure that everybody working in Ogun State is documented. So when there are issues, we can be touches and say those people that have those issues are legally here in Nigeria, and of course they are known to us in Ogun State.
Governor Abiodun also cautioned community leaders and traditional rulers against allocating land without government approval. He warned that any landlord harboring criminals would face the full weight of the law, vowing that such land will be confiscated.
In parts of the state that are identified as flashpoints, where people are carrying out untoward activities, and they are all over the place. One of such places is a place called Zambia in Jabode. I have instructed our law enforcement agencies to move into these type of settlements. We have them in Jabode, we have them in Ota, we have them all over the whole place. We are going to demolish all those places, and we are going to occupy them and own them. Because you recall that earlier on, sometime in my administration, we had passed a law that any landlord that's harboring criminals, kidnappers, we will take over that property to buy that property. So the likes of Zambia will cease to exist. And that instruction was clearly spelled out to our law enforcement architecture today. And all landlords that are found wanting, those will be apprehended and brought to book.
The governor further revealed that miscreants hiding among peace-loving non-indigents will be flushed out, stressing that the state is accommodating but will not tolerate criminality.
Scavengers, scrap sellers, who are now posing more of a threat than they have posed in the past. Law enforcement agencies are going to pay particular attention to them. They are calling the meeting now. Those who are into scrap selling. We are going to engage them to ensure that they are not used in perpetrating crime in the state. It was brought to our attention, which I'm sure you saw on social media, about some settlement in Nigeria. Nigeria is somewhere in the somewhere between the border of Ogun State and Oyo State. Let me assure you that our law enforcement agencies have visited that location, the combination of all of them. They have interrogated them there. Those that they found there have been living in that community for several years. They are not newcomers, as was presented on social media. But they are constantly, they are on top of the station, they are talking to them, they are investigating them. You know, we cannot deprive a Nigerian from living anywhere in Nigeria. All we want to be sure is that anyone living with us is not here to perpetrate any crime.
Abiodun assured that his administration would continue to give maximum support to all security outfits, including local vigilante groups, to ensure prompt and effective response to security challenges. He reiterated that Ogun State remains a preferred investment destination with increasing numbers of investors coming in, and the government is determined to keep the state safe. Meanwhile, governors of the southwest states have held a closed-door meeting in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The meeting was attended by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, who is also the chairman of the regional forum. Others included Loki Ayedatiwa of Ondo, Ademola Adeleke Oshun, Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, Biodun Oyebanji of Ekiti, and the host governor Seyi Makinde. Although it is unclear why the emergency meeting was called, it may, however, not be unconnected with the security situation in the country, where bandits abducted some schoolgirls in Kebbi and Niger State, as well as some worshippers in a church in Kwara State. The governors deliberated on the security threats, fast-track infrastructural development, and strengthen regional integration under the development agenda for Western Nigeria. They also reviewed ongoing collaborative security initiatives, including the operations of the Amotekun Corps, with a view to enhancing its capacity amid emerging challenges. A high-level Nigerian delegation led by the National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu has secured renewed commitments from senior United States officials to strengthen security cooperation between both countries, following a series of engagements in Washington, D.C. last week, according to a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga. The delegation met with officials across the U.S. Congress, the State Department, the National Security Council, the White House, State Office, and the U.S. Department of War. The talks focused on improving joint efforts against terrorism, violent extremism, and other security threats facing Nigeria. During the engagements, the Nigerian team firmly rejected allegations of genocide in the country, stressing that violence in affected areas cut across ethnic and religious lines. It warns that mischaracterizing the situation would further polarize communities and undermine ongoing efforts to restore peace. Following the discussions, the U.S. government affirmed its readiness to deepen cooperation through enhanced intelligence sharing, faster processing of defense equipment requests, and potential supply of SS defense articles, subject to availability to bolster Nigerians' ongoing operations. Meanwhile, Nigerians continue to express frustration and concerns over the surge in violent attacks, ranging from mass killings, kidnapping, and claims of sectarian genocide. These came alongside the sharp criticism from the United States President Donald Trump, who referred to Nigeria as a country of particular concern. And in response to this, President Bola Tinubu convened a major security meeting where he ordered dramatic changes in policing and other security outfits, all in an attempt to douse the threat. Our reporter Olaide Oloye went out to get opinions on this trending public discourse. Our reports.
Across the country, public frustration is mounting as incidents of mass killings, kidnappings, and brutal attacks continue to unsettle both urban and rural communities. Many Nigerians believe the level of violence in some regions feels like silent genocide, wiping out families, displacing communities, and destroying livelihoods. These fears, however, escalated since the United States President Donald Trump asserting that Nigeria is experiencing a genocide against Christians and threatened military action. He also hammered on the condition of not reversing his decision if nothing is done expediently.
May very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities.
Despite this threat of invasion, which inflamed debate both inside Nigeria and abroad, the Nigerian government strongly rejected Trump's narrative. But a global coalition of Christian and human rights groups argued that urgent international pressure is needed to stop the killings.
Generally, particularly part of growth of a Christian or the church. So whether there's genocide or whatever form has come, it's part of persecution. So generally, the church is built for persecution and they strive in persecution. The more you persecute the church of God, the more growth it comes out of it.
It is important for us, especially at these changing times and these moments of so many developments, especially in our nation, that the church moves towards one another. Unity is a given. Unity in the body of Christ is a command to us.
Against this backdrop, President Bola Tinubu called a high-level security meeting with his military and intelligence chiefs, and in a major policy shift, ordered the withdrawal of 100,000 police officers from VIP protection duties, redirecting them to frontline security work with an approval of the recruitment of 30,000 new police officers, a step meant to boost manpower where it is most needed.
Mr. President gave direct order that immediately the policemen providing VIP protection presently are to be withdrawn and they are to complement the ongoing efforts against criminalities.
Is a decision taken very late, and I don't think this is the first time they have been talking about redeploying those policemen attached to the VIPs. It's not now, but the issue is that government does love to talk, but implementation is always a problem. I feel that it's the Nigerian army that needs to be adequately equipped. If they are adequately equipped, I'm sure we have seen experiences when they go for international peacekeeping and what have you, and reports from those areas usually tells us that they do very well.
Is the starting point. The president cannot sit and fold his arm without doing anything. 100,000, that may not even be enough. And recruiting more, yes, is in the right direction.
While this was ongoing, the military and police stepped up rescue operations. Recently in Kwara State, troops freed kidnapped victims in a recent operation, but some voices are cautious over reliance on security crackdowns, which can backfire, especially if the violence is treated purely as a religious issue.
Presently, we are receiving very good positive news from that from Kwara State, where the entire 38 people that were abducted have been reunited with their families, and progress is also made from Niger State, whereby we have 51 of those students that have now reunited with their families.
We try to engage a lot of people by, awakening them, reminding them, enlightening them. By the end of the year, you're going to have lots of maybe crime, criminalities. A lot of people are trying to plan their own kind of end of the year in a criminal way. So we're trying to tell the people, the masses out there, especially the Ogun State residents and indigenes, to be security conscious, know your neighbor, be at alert.
As tensions rise, Nigerians are asking, will these measures bring lasting security or deepen divisions? The government has assured it is serious about restoring stability, but for many, the real test will be whether these policies protect all citizens, regardless of faith. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
And still to come on the news, West African Examination Council shifts commencement of CBT examination till 2027. Details of this and other stories after this break.
Whatever you need, whatever you love.
What makes every order special? The fact that it births new beginnings, inspiring us to express every shade of who we are.
Whatever you need.
It's the joy each order brings. We know this, and that's why for whatever life's needs you may have, Jumia is here for you. Download the Jumia app now. Jumia, joy delivered.
Hey! With Tasty Tom and Derica, your unique pin can make you a millionaire. Buy any Tasty Tom tomato mix or Derica tomato mix promo pack. Reveal the unique pin inside. Dial *8011 *2 unique pin hash. Win airtime instantly and stand a chance to win big cash prizes.
Enjoy delicious meals. Text and win big.
Tasty Tom, Derica Millionaire Splash promo. Become an double this season.
Thank you for staying with us. This is the Ogtv Comprehensive News Package. From zero to lofty heights is how the locals and the prominent people in Ogun East Senatorial District have described the state of the road infrastructure in the axis. Commerce is booming at the toll gates built by the Prince Dapò Abiodun's administration, which has walked its talk towards urban renewal, street-to-street connectivity, and township-to-township road networking in Remo and Ijebu areas of the state. Fura Adisowo reports.
The people's joy knows no bound. The entire Ogun East Senatorial District has continued to remain a huge construction site. From Ogere to Ibiade, from Imushi to Gijo, from Ijebu-Ode to Ijebu-Igbo, Oru to Ekpe, Mojoda axis, including Oshinubi, Obalende, Soniluba, Ilishan, Ilara, Ode, Ishara, Akaka, Akumatole, Mulusi College Road, and its adjoining streets are some of the several road projects that have brought commercial activities to the people of Ogun East Senatorial District.
How many good roads do you have in Ekperu before that Abiodun?
Ekperu London.
In Ekperu, there was no road before the coming of this administration.
Dr. Abiodun Shera Sansan, run to láti gbedi area commander. So down here, èèyàn lè ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀tàn lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Go díẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn kan wà tẹ́kọ̀ máa sọ pé àrùn ṣe no.
We are doing our 4.9 kilometers during here, and also the expansion of the road, so which will also aid the access to the airport. So those are part of the things that are doing here. So it's a total reconstruction of the road.
A number of road networks have also been executed in Agowuyi and Oru, Olabisi Onabanjo University main gate, and of course the opening of industrial platform Remo and Gateway International Airport, the people of Ogun East have never had it so good in terms of road construction and networking.
But when you are talking to the BRS minimum, whereby an average person in that community or in that setup will be able to say, oh, this government is performing. This is our present government. They are doing their best to the people.
Okay, let me start with the airport. I know about that, and I know that beside the airport, there's a construction going on about maybe customs service, maybe training school, or I know there's a constant facilities there going on. And I'm also seeing development in terms of road network. That's starting with maybe Ileshan to Ikperu. In Ileshan also, from Ileshan down to Ilara, the road has been constructed, and it actually has made a lot of difference as in between movement between Ilara and Ileshan. Yeah, because the road was actually really bad before he came in.
This arena is a baby of Ogun State government. It is a new opening for industrial use only, well laid out, even with gas line and good road network, complementing Gateway International Airport and Erotopolis, changing the narrative in developmental stride.
Téèyàn bá ń lọ Ilé-Ìṣàn kò lè ju 5 minutes. Nígbà kan kẹrẹ wákàtí méjì.
It is now a smooth ride from Ileshan to Ilara, to Akaka, to Ode, and Ishara.
Moving to Ijebu Northeast is the Aton Eruwon Road, a newly constructed Iwo Road to Ogbogbo and Igbeba, with Balogun Road linking Igbeba and Sonny Luba almost completed.
Over 800-meter road with a double drainage on both sides. And our asphalt is a 2-layer. So as you can see, we're laying the last layer, which is the wearing course.
A stretch of Lagos Garage to Itele and Ijebu-Ode to Mojoda Ekpe have been completed, just like Talbot, Awukoya, Oshinubi and Obalende roads. People say life is better in all ramifications with Ishaya mantra of Prince Dakwa Abiodun. But like Oliver Twist, they still want projects coming in drove. Adefowora Adesanwo, Ogtv News.
Away from that story, Ogun State House of Assembly has invited the management teams of all tertiary institutions in the state, the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, alongside the Permanent Secretary of the Bureau of State Pensions, ahead of the implementation of the contributory pension scheme in Ogun State. The House Committee on Establishment and Public Service Matters, led by Honorable Babatunde Teller, issued the invitation shortly after a joint meeting with the Ogun State Pension Fund Management Committee. Honorable Taylor said the engagement became necessary to address gaps in the implementation on framework of the scheme, as well as review the progress made on the 9-point agenda agreed in the MOU signed with organized labor, and to ensure compliance with statutory pension provisions across public tertiary institutions in the state. The chairman, in company of his co-lawmakers, assured stakeholders that the Assembly would continue to work with the executive arm to resolve pending issues under the scheme, stressing that the key goal was to strengthen the contributory pension scheme for the benefit of workers in the state. The Permanent Secretary and Chairman of the Pension Fund Management Committee, Mrs. Ariola Adetayo, and a member of the committee, who is also a retired Permanent Secretary, Alhaji Kunle Adegbite, explained that 7 of the agreements in the MOU had already been implemented, and noted that once issues surrounding the update of beneficiaries' PIN were resolved, payment would commence. They reaffirmed the state government's commitment to addressing the pension issue in the state, noting that the scheme remained the best option when properly implemented, while commending the state government for its resolve to address the welfare of its retiring staff. The West African Examination Council, WAEC, has shifted the commencement of its Senior Second School Certificate Examination, SSCE, in full computer-based CBT mode to 2027 rather than 2026 as previously directed by the federal government. The 2026 May-June WAEC will still be a test-run pilot of the full CBT format, with students having the option of sitting for their papers in either CBT or paper and pen format. The chairman of Nigerian National Committee of WAEC, who is the federal government's nominee, Ajia Binta Abdulkabir, gave the hint in Umaya, Abia State. Abdulkadir, who is also a director of basic education, Federal Ministry of Education, stated that WAEC is aware of the concern and that the federal government directives to the examination bodies to migrate to full CBT by 2026 have been raised among the stakeholders. Ajia Abdulkadir explained some of the recent efforts made by WAEC towards smooth migration to full CBT mode, including the training of senior secondary school students on the pilot test of the use of tablets and digital style in responding to essay questions on a computer, among others. Speaking on the recent review of the basic and secondary school curricula, she assured that no candidate would also be restricted from registering subjects from other subject groups or distinct elective fields. The people of Abeokuta North local government have been encouraged to put God first at the time and keep hoping for a better tomorrow as the administration in the council area work to reposition the local government. Chairman of Abeokuta North local government, Dr. Larry Uyipola Shudipo, gave these words of encouragement at the Thanksgiving service marking his first year in office held at Holy Trinity Anglican Church in Abeokuta. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
After 1 year of service to his people, during which appreciable progress and achievements were recorded in repositioning the council area, as the chairman, Dr. Larry Uyegbola Shudipo, led other members of his administration to the presence of God to give thanks for what has been achieved. Addressing the people during the 1 year Thanksgiving, Dr. Uyegbola Shudipo said God has been part of the journey of 1 year and expressed his delight with what he has been able to achieve, as he also thanked the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for believing in him.
To return to the Almighty God who had granted us this opportunity and to give praise to him, and particularly to return to this particular church, the one that signals to my heritage. We must continue to trust in God even as we look and prepare for the Yuletide season.
The council chairman assured the people of more developmental projects in the coming years.
We're going to ensure that we keep going in the same momentum. We're going to keep building collaborations. We're going to try to ensure that Abeokuta North begin to take its place in the Committee of Local Government.
Reverend Julius Odebumi, in a sermon during the church service, revealed that it is through the anointing of God that leaders are chosen. Olowu of Owu, represented by the Oganla of Owu, Honorable Johnson Fatoki, delivered the message of the Kabiyesi, while the chairman of APC in Abeokuta North local government led others in congratulating the chairman.
Kabiyesi's local government, there's need to identify with him so as to encourage him to do more. There's still very, very many projects to be accomplished.
For this 1 year, I believe that another good thing is coming.
And you could see his amazing work for the people. You could see how much he's trying his best possible. You could see his passion. You could see, the awareness.
The head of local government administration in Abeokuta North, Kikeloma Ajayi, reminisced on the experience and feelings of the last 12 months.
Provision of so many amenities to the people at the grassroots. Toilets, public toilets, different boreholes, powered solar street lights. I will charge all the workforce of Abeokuta North local government to continue to support this administration so that together we can move Abeokuta North to mini London.
The chairman then led other members of the administration and APC members in the council area to the altar, while the church presented gifts to the chairman and his vice in appreciation of their impactful leadership. Matthew Shoumi, Ogtv News.
Indigents of Owu-Ijebu have been challenged to continue working together in the interest of their community while building peace and unity as they gathered for the 2025 Odun Omolowo Day celebration. Chairman of the Onwodwe Foundation, Omoba Omokayode Onwodwe, gave this charge while serving as chairman of the occasion. Again, Matthew Shomi completes the report.
The people of Owu-Ijebu, one of the notable Owu communities in Ogun State, proudly showcase their identity and rich cultural heritage as the 2025 Odun Omolowo Day celebration gets underway. Chairman of the occasion, Omoba Omokayode Onwodwe, describes the celebration as a remarkable moment in the life of the community, urging indigents to prioritize welfare, unity and development.
As the son of the soil too, and as a prince in this land, I'm very happy to be here to preach peace and unity for all the sons and daughters to come together so that by this time next year we take this community, this town to the next level.
The chairman of the organizing committee, community chiefs and other dignitaries congratulate the Kabiyesi and the people for turning out in vibrant colors and cultural identity.
People gather together to celebrate with our Royal Highness. From today going on, people will be looking forward to how not to miss out from the next year event. So those are the importance. The children are now attending in good capacity, which is good. I feel that it's a very good omen for the future of the community. That is an opportunity to bring them together.
Owu-Ikija Day is very, very significant and very, very important. We are talking about politics, we are talking about development. It starts from the grassroots.
Traditional rulers in attendance commend the people for standing by their monarch and supporting the growth of the community.
Apart from developing their community, it is also for unity purposes that are see outside the net. All of them should come together.
A lot of things I'm seeing here today show that relationship is a good rapport between the community here.
The Olowu of Owu-Ijebu, Oba Olusegun Adesina, expresses delight at the impressive turnout of indigents, friends of the community, and guests who joined the celebration.
Congratulate them. I also thank them for what they are doing, that they don't forget their own community, and they always take Owu-Ijebu seriously. They are very much committed for the progress and development of Owu-Ijebu.
The high points of the events was a payment of homage and presentation of gifts to the Kabiyesi by village heads, groups, associations, and clubs across Owu-Ijebu. Matthew Shomi, Ogtv News.
Former chairman of Erekoro local government area of Ogun State, Honorable Oludele Sholade, has been installed as the new Balogun of Owu-Ita-Iyalode. The ceremony was performed by Olowo of Owu Kingdom, Oba Professor Saka Adelola Matemilola. The monarch charged the new chief to contribute to the development of his homestead and uphold the values of the Owu people. Winga Adekoya's report is presented in this package.
The Amosu compound in Ita-Iyalode comes alive as Honorable Oludele Sholade, an astute politician and former Erekoro local government chairman, is installed as the new Balogun of Owu-Ita-Iyalode, coinciding with his 60th birthday. During the ceremony, the Olowo of Owu Kingdom, Oba Professor Saka Adelola Matemilola, urges the new chief to work with other Owu chiefs in advancing the progress of their homestead and the wider community. The newly installed Balogun pledges to collaborate closely with Owu chiefs, describing the honor as a clarion call to further serve his people.
It is a long journey, and I thank God today that I was able to operate on governmental level. Now I am coming to community level.
I believe and I know that what I did then, this one will be more than that. Because I'm going to show it that my people belongs to me and I belong to my people.
Guests at the event commended Honorable Sholade's recognition, highlighting his generosity, support for women and youth empowerment, and long-standing contributions to community development, qualities they say befits the title of Balogun of Owu Itayalode.
It's my second in command, and so there will be no quarrel or this in between us. Whatever I want, he will coordinate the other chiefs to do it.
This Balogun that's been appointed today, I want him to try more than what he has been doing good.
It's a great honor, and my advice to him is continue to do those things that will be commensurate with that position. He should take interest in the socio-economic development of Owu Itayalode. He should collaborate with other Owu towns.
After the installation right at Itayalode, family, friends and well-wishers proceeds to a reception at the Legacy Hall at Belvedere Sports Club, Okelero, where the celebration continued in grand style.
He has been somebody that he will always be joy. He will always show his joy in anything he wants to do. Not just showing joy, you will see it in him.
It's not an easy task to celebrate 60. And that's an opportunity every one of us are praying for. He's my leader because I once served under him when he was the chairman. So he's a loyal party member.
The ceremony attracted royal fathers, Ega chiefs, distinguished personalities, family members, and other dignitaries. Away from that story, members of the Church of the Lord Aladura worldwide have been urged to remain steadfast in their faith and continue the mission of preaching unity, oneness, and love. The preacher, Dr. Sunday Makinde, gave this admonition at a centenary Thanksgiving service of the Church of the Lord. The event drew thousands of worshippers, clergy, dignitaries, and well-wishers from across Nigeria and beyond. Inkem Agu reports.
It is a colorful and spiritually uplifting atmosphere at the Victory Ground in Ogere, under Ikenne local government area, as the Church of the Lord Aladura worldwide celebrates 100 years of existence. The centenary Thanksgiving marks a major milestone for the church, founded in 1925 and known for its strong spiritual heritage and significant contributions to evangelism, community development, and national prayers. Worshippers dressed in white and colored robes gathered as early as dawn for praise, worship, and Thanksgiving sessions. Preaching during the Thanksgiving service, Emeritus Primate Dr. Sunday Makinde congratulates the church for its century-long impact on spiritual growth and social upliftment. The Primate of the Church of the Lord worldwide, Most Reverend Dr. Rufus Oshitelu, emphasizes the importance of gratitude, unity, and renewal.
The 100 years, our next focus is 110. And we are trusting God that God will even perform more wonders than these 100 years. It has been the grace of God.
Several dignitaries, including government officials, traditional chiefs, and leaders of other Christian denominations, attended the celebration and appreciates the church for the service they have given to the community. Other highlights were the special renditions from the choir and presentation of awards and certificates given to people who have served the church and community. Inkem Agu, Ogtv News.
The New Covenant Apostolic Christ Church, Owodeyiwa, has marked its 20th anniversary with a celebration themed Your Light Has Come. The event brought together worshippers, church leaders, and dignitaries to reflect on God's guidance and grace over the past 2 decades. Tony Ogundikwe's report is presented in this package.
With heartfelt emotions and overwhelming joy in God's faithfulness, Christian faithfuls at home and abroad gathered at the New Covenant Apostolic Christ Church, Owode, offering praises to God who has sustained the church for 20 years. In his sermon, Reverend Abiodun Thomas speaks on the theme of the anniversary, urging Christians to let the light of God shine through their daily living.
As many that work for God, the glory of the Lord radiates upon them. And it's not everyone you are allowed your light to penetrate into their life we reward.
In separate goodwill messages, the General Overseer and his deputy appreciates the overwhelming faithfulness of God and the manifestation of his light upon the church and its members.
The Deputy General Overseer who started the ball rolling and being the GO, yes, we have to follow suit. And since then, God has been shedding his light over the church of God, moving from one place to the other.
Serve God. Put all your trust in God and all the challenges of the nations, of this nation. By the grace of God, we are going to become overcomers.
The celebration also attracted religious leaders, royal fathers, political aspirants, community leaders, and other dignitaries who also attest to the goodness of God.
So happy because I am part and parcel of this celebration, and I thank God for today because today is a glorious day.
The light is powerful more than the darkness, and wherever there is light, darkness has no any right there.
The light has come. God has asked us to be the light, and that's what we need in this nation.
To commemorate the milestone, the congregation holds a special Thanksgiving service, expressing gratitude for God's goodness and a fulfilled journey of faith. Established in 2005 under the leadership of Reverend Ladipo and Reverend Matilda Akampa, the New Covenant Apostolic Christ Church International, Owode, continued to grow in the footsteps of its founder, the late prophetess Abigail Olubunmi Akindele.
Business News is next with Simiat Abaro. Do stay with us.